Moving on to cricket now. This weekend kickstarts a first quarter of international sport events that will be hosted here in South Africa. It all starts with the first Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup that will be taking place in Benoni and Potchefstroom from Saturday to Sunday, the 29th of January. 41 matches are scheduled to take place across 15 days. Tournament Director Sivuyile Mqingwana joins me now. A very good afternoon and welcome to NEwzroom Afrika.
Good afternoon and good afternoon to your viewers.
So, all set, venues prepped, the grounds ready for the under-19s from around the world?
Yes, we are so excited to actually have a tournament of this magnitude coming to South Africa. It's the inaugural ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup. We basically are ready to go this weekend, kicking off in Benoni, double headers all the way. So it's exciting times ahead for South Africa and especially for women's sport.
This tournament, however, had it not been for COVID, probably would never have even come to South Africa, hey?
Originally it's scheduled for Bangladesh, but due to ICC's confidence in South Africa in staging world events, literally 3 years ago to the day, we started off with the Men's Under-19 World Cup. So this is a very nice venture for women to also have their stage for rising stars to show their case, their talents on the world stage.
You've been tournament director for the men's version of this competition.
Yes.
How did you feel personally when they said we're actually going to give this opportunity to the young ladies too?
Very excited. I'm very much with Cricket South Africa in the operations department working with women's cricket. So whenever there's tours that come to South Africa, we basically do run those women's tours. So when an opportunity like this came to say, here's the women's T20, inaugural Women's T20 World Cup, I was like, bring it on, because South Africa, we need to start showcasing our ladies and showcasing women's sport.
And it's also great for other small unions, smaller federations from around the world to also be able to compete on this big stage. You have the likes of Rwanda, Indonesia, I mean, the countries that have never before been seen at a global cricketing competition now coming to take part in the Under-19 event.
Funny you should mention those two, because obviously this is their debut World Cup stage, Rwanda and Indonesia. I have had the privilege of actually watching some of the warm-up matches, and you can see the excitement there is in the ladies in showcasing their talent. It also gives opportunity. It's good for the ICC to just make sure that people, the sport of cricket grows for not just the men, grows for the women as well. So it's quite good that the likes of Rwanda, Indonesia, who for the first time qualified for a world event, are here to showcase their talent.
And you've brought along a beautiful trophy. Both you and I will never be able to successfully lift this, but it's magnificent. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's almost similar to the men's trophy. It's along the Under-19 showcasing. It's a beautiful trophy, and I hope the South Africa will take it home. But the team that does take it home on the 29th of January will forever be engraved as the inaugural winners of this Under-19 World Cup. It's a beautiful trophy, I must say.
How heavy is it?
I'd say just under 5 kilograms. So it's actually a very nice trophy to hold around.
But all the heavy lifting is going to be done by the players on the field. We have got a number of top teams that have come to participate in the event. What have you noticed from the warm-ups? You've mentioned a couple of the warm-ups. I know they're going to continue for the next couple of days before the tournament gets underway. Who's really impressed you?
Well, I have to say the likes of India do have a number of international stars. Their captain has played for the Indian side for a very long time. We, as South Africans, have got a very strong team led by coach Dinesh Devnarayan. There are a number of other teams. Australia is quite strong. They've been having under-19 cricket for a very long time. You've got the likes of Scotland, Sri Lanka, Ireland are here. So these ladies are here to showcase. They having been to one of the practices, they hit the ball quite far. So don't be undermined by the fact that they are under-19s, but they do hit the ball quite far. And I reckon reckon people must come out and enjoy. It's a ticketless event, so we want people to come and see the rise of the future stars of women's cricket. It's going to be in Benoni on Saturday, double header, then off to Potch for another double header. So 41 matches in total. It's exciting times, like I said, for cricket in South Africa.
Are the facilities up for if we have rain? We've seen a lot of rain on the Highveld, and as we know, in the afternoons it's always raining. How is the runoff at the pitches?
We've had unprecedented weather, I must say. We unfortunately had to move some of the World Cup matches away from a legacy project called Bram Fisher Oval in Dobsonville, and we're playing that at Steyn City. So if you're around Steyn City School, around St. Stithian School in Johannesburg, there's warm-up matches tomorrow taking place. And if you are in Pretoria at the Dix Oval as well as the Mandela Oval in Hammanskraal, which is another legacy project, people can go and watch those warm-up matches. But I'd say come out this Saturday. Schools will be opening tomorrow. Come and de-stress on Saturday. Don't worry about school uniforms. Don't worry about school books. Come and enjoy yourself and watch these ladies ply their trade.
How different has it been for a women's event? Because there are young ladies there, you know, moms and dads of young women have different concerns to moms and dads of young men that you would find participating in an under-19 men's World Cup. Have you had any of those concerns coming from some of the folks?
There may be some concerns, but none have come to the fore where I'm involved. I have to say that what I've seen is a lot of support from the parents who are out there. Even at the warm-up matches, you'll see parents. I was at Steyn City yesterday with the South Africa-Bangladesh warm-up match. You saw a lot of parents sitting in the stands, and people are excited. I have to say, I'm very excited for this tournament. It needs to take place. It needs to showcase women's sport and also showcase women's cricket. And it's a precursor, I must say, to the senior event, which is taking place in Cape Town, Paarl and Gqeberha, which is the senior women's T20 World Cup.
I suppose the benefit also about having a age group World Cup is that a lot of the families, if they do have the financial ability to do actually come all the way out to support their children. What's the projected spend from some of the tourists that this tournament will
We did do a feasibility study as part of the application that we do to the Department of Sport as well as to government to get some credentials done. You are looking in the region of 150 million rand, especially for just the under-19s, with 16 teams having come to the country. But it's a bigger spend for the senior women's, even though there's only 10 teams. But the commercial spin-offs that do take place from there, you're looking over a quarter of R1 billion in terms of the spend that will take place and the spin-offs of it.
Well, what was the decision to have the age group World Cup here in Highveld and then take the senior women's event down to the coast?
It's to spread the game. A lot of times we have things up here in the Highveld, and the country, the provinces along the coast are deprived of quality cricket. So from our side, it was more of let's spread. If the senior tournament is going to take place at the coast, because everybody would like to go and play at Newlands with the backdrop of the mountain, we thought that the junior tournament would be nice to have it here in the Gauteng area. We didn't think though that there would be so much rain that would take place, because we felt that the best facilities would actually make sure that the ladies ply their trade in the conditions that will actually give our teams an advantage as well.
Let's hope that the weather guards are listening to you and they view the tournament and yourselves and the organisers favourably over the next 2 weeks. So all the best of luck, and of course good luck to Team South Africa and the African teams participating in the Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup. That was Sivuyile Mqingwana, who is the tournament director for the event. That's how we come to the end of your sport. Thanks so much for being here with us. We'll have more sport for you in the next hour here on NEwzroom Afrika. Stephen?